It's like somewhere along the way, after Striker's Charge and stuff like this, the internet started doing a much better job personifying Waluigi and crafting him into the heroes we always needed. Somewhere along the way, it was just like, Mario has failed us. There is only one hero that can be relied on, and it's Waluigi. And we're just like, yeah, look at the way he goes. Look at him being somewhat normally proportioned for a body compared to the other three plumbers. You're like, this guy is everything we wanted. And the memes start, the songs start, so many good Waluigi based songs. And it's like, yes, this is so good. That's right. Splash damage. They bounce on the things come out of the ones I bounce out of. Right? I just have to jump high enough. There we go. I just have to do my high jump, my A jump. But Waluigi really started taking his own like legend by that point, and I love it. I've been so into it now. Like, I roll into it too. Not only do I just like purple as a color, probably because of him single-handedly, but now like my my habits of liking the man has carried over to my job now. So people know, amongst my many very favorable quirks that I clearly have, that Waluigi semi-ironic idolship is one of them. And it's great to roll into it. So there's like a company outing one time, right? Where it's just like, we've hired a painting session. We're gonna figure out how to paint like traditional canvas painting. So we've got our person out and we're ready to rock. All the paints are here. And it's going to be a night sky with fireflies and like a jar and everything, right? So they get started underway and I do a pretty good job. You start out with making like a grass background that the night horizon goes into. So you have your green. I'm looking at my mix of colors and I piece together the fact that purple can be easily mixed out of the things provided with me. So you start going, well, they do want me to have something here in the sky. And it's supposed to be fireflies, right? That's supposed to be cute. There's supposed to be a jar. Everything's supposed to be good. We have like the whiter paint that make like the glass outline. It's all there. And I just, being me, go, you know, this would look exponentially better if I make Waluigi's smiling face right here, solely the head, only the head, right here in this night sky. And since we have these yellows and these whites that are supposed to be the firefly and the jar, I'm just going to give him a glowing outline. You just like, here's this dude. He is, let's see. I have to wait a second. Oh, I guess I can just bounce fine anyways. That was a lot of lives. Neat. But I just start making this and everyone eventually, like, we get far enough now where only the people to my left and right, because we're in a big circle, are seeing what I'm up to. So you get done, and everyone is getting up, checking out everybody else's. And not everybody's followed the script. I've probably done the most PG version of non-script following that was happening that night. But they're looking, and they're like, oh, man, why did we think you would do anything different, Korshal? Look at you. Look at this. And you're like, yeah, actually, I'm very proud of how the purple mix came out. It looks pretty good. So, you know, I took it home. I naturally hung it up. And now it just sits in my bathroom above my toilet. Where else would you put that? Clearly, I need to be able to use the bathroom every time and look up and remember who helped me get there in life. And that's Waluigi. I have more Waluigi. So we're talking about how it became I became known for Waluigi as like the employee in joke, right? So my boss, swell and great as he is, and I mean this super earnestly in every way, I really do love my job. He goes out and about now and again, like the conventions and places. He likes to live it up a little. He gets ready for a company Christmas party one year, and he is like, I was to this convention and I found the perfect thing. This is going to be great this year. And we go around, you get like random numbers and stuff. Eventually, my turn comes up, and he's just like, go pick mine. And he's like, ooh, I shouldn't have influenced you. And it's like, go pick yours, huh? He's like, well, should I? Because, you know, company Christmas party can get a little on the naughty side when it comes to stuff you can find. I think I just got to break this, right? I got to just slide over. Yeah, okay. I got it. Oh, it refreezes? All right, I got to be fast about it. We're taking you out first. But yeah, I'm initially a little hesitant to pick this gift, because I've wound up with my fair share of things I cannot fully talk about. I have zero use for her. But he's like, trust me, legitimately, you can trust me. I will not do you wrong if you pick this gift. And I was like, all right, you talked me into it. I'm going to pick it. And it's this print of Waluigi shirtless in suspenders with a very well-defined physique. It's not like hyper buff Waluigi. It's just like the muscular, lean and mean Waluigi we all know we actually want the moment he takes off that shirt. It is to a T what you would want if you were to admire and desire the Waluigi male form. So it's just this, and it's like the print. There is a like kind of like a tarp material version of it that you can hang up by like rings. There are like small like wallet sized prints of this as well. It's the whole 9 yards. It is full on Waluigi. And it's like, boss, you shouldn't have. You know me so well. And he's like, there's a reason I told you to pick this. But then after this is a different coworker of mine who I am great pals with. I love this guy to death. He's so good. He's one of my best pals at work. And he's going after me. And I've had a habit of like taking things from him before, because this is a gift exchange where if you haven't picked a gift and you don't have one in your hands already, you can steal something and force the person with it to pick a new one. So I have this, and he's going shortly after me. So he gets up and he looks at me, and he looks at like my bag, which I put down in front of my feet in our little circle. And he goes to grab it, and he's just like, frick you, Corsel. And he just takes it from me, and I'm like, no, buddy, why'd you do this? Why'd you shatter our years of bonding and trust? And he just takes it from me, and I have to pick something, and then I wind up with something phallic. And it's like, no! I hit the curse, the thing I knew was going to happen to me if I just had to pick by my own intuition. It happened right here. Now I have the thing I'm never going to use. And my best work friend crushed it. He did this to me. Now I have the thing. But to be fair, I'm not going to make him out to be the bad guy. He, at the end of the exchange, he comes back over to me, and he's just like, you can take the tarp. You can take the print. I wanted the small photos. And I was like, oh, all right. That's fine. He's like, yeah, I'm going to use them as tokens in Magic the Gathering. And also, I want you to sign them. And I was like, whoa, now that you put it that way, I think I'm kind of obligated. I'm no longer mad. I would be honored to sign your tokens you're going to use in your Magic the Gathering games. Sip moment. Gotta be a good boy. Gotta have my hydration. But yeah, that was a great time. So now, when we do play, and we're just doing Commander, because that's like the best way to do it. Personally, I just like that because I like my social stuff. I get to see him be like, wow, like I'm making the Saproling, and guess what? Bam! It's Waluigi. And it's like, oh, that's my signature. I put that there. That's a part of me represented on his board. Yeah, Funky, we're up to stuff, you little scamp. So now every time it's just a little bit of me when he plays and make tokens. And it's like, this is great. Ow, that was not great though. Never punished. It gave me stuff back. So I really like that. That was great. And anytime now when people just like talk about anything where they're just like, how would Korshal prefer things? And they're just like, clearly they're just looking for the Wa now. The Wa's in their veins. It's like, you might be right. What if it is? You get to see a bunch of things on like comics and things. I guess we're just in the Waluigi discussion, just admitting how great this guy is. But I see you coming down. But you can see in many comics, man, comic artists have done so much to add to the lore of them. And it's so good where you just get your things and arcs where he's just like this disgruntled dude who didn't get in the Smash Brothers. That's probably the best thing. Like, they really should. I'm going to stop for a second and point this out in this boss. Actual game discussion for once in my life. I've always loved the fact, because I remembered this going into this, that this boss in particular, when you bonk him, he's always dunking into the water, right? But then, it's all just fruit juice. And the more you dunk him in, the more purple he becomes. Fabulous. This is wonderful. I love how much this makes sense, that your little polar bear with his white fur is just getting full-on purple from how much you're beating him up. This is great. Back to the Waluigi thing, though. Webcomic stuff I've seen. There's a couple of ones that like have been long-running that I would have followed for a while. One I remember pretty well that doesn't run anymore is Brawl in the Family. And I took the purple pill and oh yeah, you mean him. Yeah, everyone. He's getting convinced. But like Brawl in the Family, way back when this ran, what felt like an age ago, if there's anybody who ever sees this and knows what I'm talking about, he took this spin the Waluigi where it went into the like absurdist. Waluigi wasn't just a normal guy. He was like this deformed, crazy looking madman that did everything to the beat of his own drum. Where it was just like, he gave him hideously like crooked, long teeth. He had like can I just roll into this? Nope, I had to jump on it. I was distracted talking about the mighty Waluigi. Now I gotta go through this all over again. Oops. But like, he has this longer than usual neck with like this little goose knot in it. And he's got his massive teeth. And is it just one or you? Oh, they only do it once now. That's polite. And everything. And he's like playing up the absurdity creepy factor. Like, this guy is supposed to be making you uncomfortable and everything. Because like, his whole stick in this particular universe of webcomic is that like, everything he does is just potentially out of line and crazy. So you just see everyone around him. He's still picking on Luigi, but he's doing it by like stalking him in the bathroom when the guy is just trying to take a shower. It's doing all sorts of weird things. And there was even an arc where like Waluigi was potentially going normal, like in one of the strips. And then he's just like, and they have him look default. And he takes a look at himself in the mirror. And he's like, I I hate this. And he just goes back to looking like a gremlin. It's very good. I really like that. And there's a different comic out there that's just like about the Smash Fighters. I'm gonna name shout more things I like on the internet of Wooden Plank Studios, and he's just like this background character who's popped up now and again when something goes really wrong, because like the concept is the Smash Fighters all share like a communal house. So when stuff in the plot goes awry, they'll just like go to him, and he's like, "Oh, now you come to me. Don't invite me into your house, but now when everything's hit the fan, you come to Waluigi." And it's just like, yeah. And he's like, "You know what this means. You have to give me a favor. Please, let me." Why can't I smack? I guess I'm doing it too soon. Maybe I'm doing it too soon. But they're like, "Okay, sure. We really need you to get out of this jam. So we're going to be able to, like, do the thing, right? We're going to have you help." And then at the end, it's just like he gets them to call camera crews, and they stage a photo of a mock-up Smash Brothers stage. And it's just like, with like them holding up banners in the background, and it's just like, "Welcome to Smash, Waluigi," in the background. It shows him like fake beating up people as a photo. So at the end of the thing, he's just like in his dark office at his desk, looking at this framed photo he's now holding up, and he sheds a single tear. And you're like, oh, he just wanted to feel like one of them. And it's like, how can you not love a good underdog story, right? That's all Waluigi is now. Like, more so than Daisy. I'm sure people would love Daisy to be in something too that's like anything, but they're like, she was in one platforming Mario game. She at least gotten the one. Waluigi still sits at 0. There's not even like a proper WarioWare shout out. And it's just like, you gotta do better than this. You gotta help out my man. There's some good fan game stuff. Here on the Waluigi Hour, I am not afraid to talk about what is, by this point, a very, very old fan game, but is nonetheless, I think, pretty good if I went to revisit it. I took a, yeah. Yep, I'm going to keep rolling. A good fan game I liked a lot is called Psycho Waluigi, and it's like a platformer where the basis is, oh boy, how does he get these? Waluigi picks up psychic powers somehow. And it's like a hybrid platformer where you have a cursor like immediately in front of Waluigi at all times that allows him to psychically grab objects and throw them. Like, you're just like nest grabbing things, right? You just hover it around you and you do your little throw. And that made a great concept because a lot of it's like there's bosses with projectiles and stuff. Yeah, I think it's something like that. This game is really old. For context of anyone who's not heard this, it's like years, like high school me, because obviously I'm very old, like early high school me. So I've not touched this game in a very long time. But it was such a good concept where I don't remember why he's going out and trying to be a little psychic lad, and like what this cube does, or like why he's setting out there. But stuff like that is good. That is my dated old standard. That is still the gold standard for Waluigi in my mind. I tried to like not get myself bops, but it's the end of the level, so we're all good. So I'm looking at you, Nintendo. Last time I was here talking about underappreciated characters, and that lad was K. Rool. Well, guess what? Now, we're here talking about underappreciated characters, and that man is Waluigi. Where is it? We had a direct. There was no Waluigi in sight. I'm shaking my head. How could you do this to me? Not that, like, I went into that with any expectations of it actually coming true. You know, you start a direct, and when we're talking about summoning Funky Kong in the other stream, or Donkey Kong, is like, there's a chance, okay? Like, another game like this is not that crazy. There is a non-zero chance that, despite apparently working on all this prime madness that Retro Studios is up to, that there's still somewhere in there they could... Alright, I'm Funky Kong. I'm pro spikes. I'm protected from them. Duh. I just remembered that's part of Funky Mode. But now it's just like, that made me completely lose my train of thought with Waluigi. Oh no. The spikes got me too hard. Man, yeah, that one's off the cliff now. I just know I need more Waluigi. Please. Oh, yeah, direct. Right. We were talking about his off chances of getting it. Where it's just like, I can expect a Donkey Kong someday. I still think this game does pretty well. They've at least sold enough of this one. I think they've earned themselves a new budget for a Donkey Kong game eventually. This penguin with like the mohawk, I really dig this guy. Let's give a shout out to him for being my footstool. I really like him. He's having a good time. But you don't go into the direct and expect Waluigi to actually get anything. This is just the pipiest of pipe dreams. Like, the Mario Brothers are deep on that one. Because it can't happen, right? It's not actually going to happen. No matter what we really want it to be. We'd be lucky if he winds up in a trailer for a Wario game. That's like the most we have that we're expecting. Because it just like... No. It pains my heart to say this. But it's just like... There's no way I see them taking the chance. It doesn't matter how many petitions we do. I'm hoping this platform appears real soon. There we go. Okay. That was a greedy jump. That was a pretty greedy jump. The shades on my face can't save me from that much greed. I'm still blinded by my own ambitions. But, yeah, I really would like it if they just made Waluigi the player 2 to Wario. We've not had a Wario in a while, and I've also talked about that. There's so much I want out of my poor neglected Nintendo things. And that involves, not sliding off. Oh, it just, alright, it bounces me up. I guess I could have just tanked it. Oops. We're just going to keep going then. I want Waluigi. I want A, Wario to begin with. And 2, if you go ahead and dust off Wario now and make him better, make him have a new platformer, finally make Waluigi into player 2. He's obviously not going to be like Wario. But this game right here is already establishing you can have multiple characters with different abilities and playstyles, and have that be fine as a solo experience or as a cooperative one. There's nothing stopping you from making 2 distinct platforming styles, like in terms of characters and how exactly they interact with the environment, and like make it a good game. This game's already proven it. We're good. You can have Cranky Kong bouncing around. You have Diddy Kong with his flight jetpack. It's all good. Like, it's there, okay? The groundwork is there. Just make it happen, please. How bad can it be?